You have done a whole lot of these legal reviews, haven't you?
Yes.
You've made a whole lot of money doing these legal reviews for defense lawyers and insurance companies, isn't that right?
Depends on your definition of a lot. I think it's a lot, yes.
And they keep hiring you because you keep telling them what they want to hear.
Sometimes I don't tell them what they want to hear, but they do keep hiring me, yes.
The insurance companies keep sending business to you, isn't that right?
Objection, evidence of insurance.
They do send cases, yes.
And that's business to you, right?
It's business, yes.
They've hired you over and over again.
Sometimes they only hire me one time.
Well, isn't it true that you conducted over 2,000 of these legal reviews?
I think that's probably fair, yes.
And isn't it also true that 98% of the time your legal reviews have been done for an insurance company, a lawyer working for an insurance company, or a defendant in a personal injury case?
Same objection.
In terms of a number of cases, that would be correct.
We talked about money earlier, and I think you agreed that you'd made a bunch of money doing the legal reviews. Is that right?
I paid quite a bit, yes.
What do you charge per hour?
I think I said earlier, $4.50 an hour.
Well, isn't it true you've charged as much as $1,000 per hour?
Yes, when I get called to trial and another radiologist has to cover me. Remember, I can't just close an office like many of the clinicians can. So when I get called in trial, I have to pay another radiologist to cover me. So you're really paying two people. You're only paying me the $500 an hour.
So that's when you charge $1,000 an hour.
Well, my group charges it. You're paying my group for that time.
Isn't it true that you've made over $2 million doing these legal reviews like you're doing here today?
Over 28 years, yeah.
And actually, it was $2 million as of 2011. Isn't that right?
If that's what the numbers add up to. I mean, I don't keep track of that.
Well, if I tell you that's what you testified,
then I'll agree to it, if I testify to it. I don't know what it's based on, I don't recall, but if I said that, fine.
okay. How much money have you made doing these legal reviews for defense lawyers since 2011?
Maybe, since 2011, maybe $800,000 or $900,000, maybe.
Well, while we're talking about money, isn't it true that your job here, and the reason you've been hired in this case, is to keep Mrs. Sewell from getting much money?
I have no idea what the basis of the case is. My job, the American College of Radiology is very specific about the purpose of an expert witness. My job is to educate the jury as to what the films show, and then they will make the decision if that's relevant or not. I'm just telling them this is what the x-ray shows.
Well, now, you just spent a lot of time talking with a defense lawyer about how this wreck didn't cause the injury. You remember that, right?
That's the same thing I'd tell the ER doctor. If I saw these films, I'd say there's no injury on this film. That's the exact same thing I'm telling the jury I'd tell the ER.
You do remember saying that the wreck didn't cause the knee injury. You remember that, right?
Well, there's no injury there. That's the whole point.
You do remember saying that?
Yes.
And the point of that, you've testified, I think we said 800-something times, somewhere in that neighborhood?
Probably. I mean, it's the best guess we can give, sure.
You know why the defense lawyer wants you to say that, don't you?
I know what they want me to say. It doesn't mean I'm going to say it.
And you know the reason is so the jury won't award much money to Miss Sewell. You know that's the whole goal here, don't you?
Well, I also know that you want to say what you're saying, so they'll award me. I mean, it's a silly question. I mean, I understand that, sure.
And those are the folks who keep hiring you, right?
They asked me to view the cases, yes.
Over and over again, right?
Yes.